Welcome back to Narrations. Tonight's story is fast, funny, chaotic, and surprisingly heartfelt. A romantic comedy built on disguise, mistaken identity, bruised egos, and the simple desire to be taken seriously. This story is a modern retelling of Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, reimagined as a high school comedy. She's the Man is loud on the surface, but underneath, it's about proving your worth in a world that keeps telling you where you belong. This is the story of Viola Hastings. And what happens when she decides she's done asking for permission? Viola Hastings has always loved soccer. Not casually. Not as a hobby. She loves it the way some people love breathing, instinctively, completely, without question. When she's on the field, everything makes sense. Her body knows what to do before her mind catches up. The noise fades. The rules are clear. At Cornwall Prep, Viola is one of the strongest players on the girls' soccer team. She trains hard, plays aggressively, and expects that effort to count for something. She's not playing for attention. She's playing because she's good, and she knows it. So when the announcement comes that the girls' soccer program is being cut, it feels unreal. Not postponed. Not restructured. Cut. The explanation is thin and dismissive. Funding, priorities, interest. The boys' team stays. The girls' team disappears. Viola stands there listening, anger rising, trying to understand how something she's dedicated her life to can be erased so casually. She argues. She demands answers. She points out the obvious unfairness. But the decision is final. She's told gently, politely, to accept it. To move on. To wait for next year. To find something else. Viola doesn't hear encouragement. She hears dismissal. At home, the frustration spills over. Soccer isn't just something she does, it's who she is. Without it, she feels unmoored, restless, invisible. Her mother encourages compromise. Her peers suggest alternatives. None of it helps. Then she hears about Illyria Prep. A rival school. A boys' soccer team. No girls' team. The idea begins as a flicker, ridiculous, impossible, and then grows louder the more she tries to ignore it. Viola doesn't want special treatment. She wants a fair shot. And if the only way to get that shot is to step into a space she's been told doesn't belong to her, then so be it. Fate intervenes in the form of her twin brother, Sebastian. Sebastian announces he's leaving for London. Impulsively, irresponsibly, without telling anyone at Illyria. He plans to disappear for a while, leaving behind his identity, his reputation, his obligations. Viola sees the opening instantly. The plan is reckless. Pretend to be her brother. Enroll at Illyria. Try out for the boys' soccer team. Prove she's good enough. Prove everyone wrong. With the help of her friends, Viola transforms, not into someone else, but into a version of herself she's never been allowed to show. She cuts her hair. Changes her posture. Lowers her voice. Learns how to take up space the way boys are encouraged to. The disguise isn't perfect. But it doesn't have to be. It just has to be convincing enough. When Viola arrives at Illyria Prep as Sebastian, the world shifts immediately. She's treated differently before she even speaks. People assume competence, confidence, authority. No one questions why she's there. And that difference stings. She's assigned a dorm room and a roommate. Duke Orsino. Duke lives and breathes soccer, just like Viola. He's serious, disciplined, and constantly measuring himself against expectations, his own and everyone else's. He's polite but guarded, friendly but emotionally distant. From the start, Duke treats Sebastian as an equal. They talk about plays, strategy, training. Duke respects Viola's skill instinctively, without needing proof beyond what she shows on the field. For the first time since the girls' team was cut, Viola feels like she belongs again. But living as a boy is harder than she imagined. The locker room is loud and aggressive. Conversations revolve around dominance, conquest, performance. Viola observes everything, how boys are encouraged to be brash, competitive, unapologetic. Behaviors she's been punished for her entire life are celebrated here. She adjusts. On the field, Viola excels. Her speed, her instincts, her awareness. Slowly, the team notices. Respect builds. Coaches pay attention. Viola earns her place. Not through disguise, but through undeniable talent. Duke takes her under his wing. They train together constantly. Push each other. Talk late into the night about soccer, pressure, and expectations. Viola starts to see Duke beyond his toughness, his insecurities, his longing to be noticed, his fixation on a girl named Olivia. Olivia is beautiful, popular, and completely out of reach in Duke's mind. Viola listens as Duke talks about her, helps him rehearse conversations, offers advice. All while quietly realizing she's starting to care about him in a way that complicates everything. And then it gets worse. Because Olivia notices Sebastian. She finds him different from other boys, gentler, more attentive, emotionally present. Everything Duke wishes he could be. Olivia opens up to Viola, sharing feelings she doesn't realize are landing on another girl. The triangle tightens. Viola is pretending to be a boy. Duke is in love with Olivia. Olivia is falling for Sebastian. And Viola is falling for Duke. Every interaction becomes dangerous. Meanwhile, Monique, Sebastian's sharp-tongued ex-girlfriend, arrives at Illyria expecting her boyfriend. Viola scrambles to keep the lie intact, juggling personas, dodging questions, inventing excuses on the fly. The disguise that once felt empowering begins to feel suffocating. Viola is proving everything she wanted to prove, that she belongs, that she's skilled, that she deserves the field. But she's doing it while hiding who she really is. And the closer she gets to success, the closer she gets to losing everything. The lie doesn't break all at once. It stretches. It tightens. It begins to pull at Viola from every direction, until simply breathing inside it feels like effort. Living as Sebastian has started to cost her more than she expected. At Illyria, Viola is no longer just surviving, she's thriving. Her place on the team is secure. Her skills are respected. Coaches rely on her instincts. Teammates trust her on the field. The boys don't question her presence anymore, they count on it. And that, somehow, hurts the most. Because everything she's earned here, every ounce of respect, has come from being perceived as someone she's not. Off the field, the pressure grows. Duke spends more and more time with Sebastian, confiding in her the way people do when they feel safe. He talks about his insecurities, his fear of not being enough, his frustration at always being overlooked by Olivia. Viola listens, supports him, pushes him to be braver, all while swallowing feelings she can't afford to reveal. She starts to notice the smallest things about him. The way he softens when he laughs. The way he studies the field before a play. The way he doubts himself even when he shouldn't. And without realizing when it happened, Viola falls completely. Not in a dramatic, cinematic way. In the quiet way that sneaks up on you, when someone becomes the person you want to tell things to, the person whose opinion starts to matter more than it should. But Duke is still chasing Olivia. And Olivia is still chasing Sebastian. Olivia confides in Viola constantly, unaware of the truth. She talks about how different Sebastian feels from other guys, how kind he is, how attentive, how easy it is to be around him. Viola nods, smiles, and gently redirects, all while knowing she's standing in the middle of something impossible. The lie starts to feel cruel. Then Sebastian returns. The real Sebastian. He storms back into Viola's carefully balanced world without warning, loud, reckless, and completely unaware of the chaos his absence created. Suddenly, there are two Sebastians walking the same halls, talking to the same people, claiming the same identity. Everything accelerates. Monique notices first. She's sharp, suspicious, and deeply unimpressed. Duke grows confused. Olivia feels humiliated. Viola scrambles to keep up, switching roles, inventing excuses, stretching credibility past its limits. The tension builds toward the one place Viola always believed would save her. The field. The big match arrives. Illyria versus Cornwall. The boys' team against the school that cut Viola's girls' team without hesitation. The stakes feel enormous. This isn't just about winning. It's about proof. It's about everything Viola's been holding inside since the day she was told she didn't belong. As the game unfolds, Viola plays with controlled fury. Every pass is sharp. Every run purposeful. She reads the field instinctively, anticipating plays before they happen. Duke watches her in awe, not just of her skill, but of her leadership. Then everything collapses. The truth spills out in the worst possible way, in front of teammates, coaches, rivals, and spectators. The disguise is stripped away. The lie exposed. Viola stands there, breathless, heart pounding, fully visible for the first time. There's laughter. Shock. Anger. Disbelief. She expects to be sent off the field immediately. Exiled. Punished. Proven wrong. Instead, something unexpected happens. Duke steps forward. He speaks up, not defensively, not angrily, but clearly. He tells them what matters. That Viola earned her place. That she outplayed everyone on that field. That what she did wasn't about cheating. It was about being denied a chance. The room quiets. The game resumes. This time, Viola plays as herself. And she's still incredible. Illyria wins. But the victory feels secondary to something else: recognition. Validation. The undeniable truth that Viola belongs on that field because she always did. Afterward, emotions crash all at once. Olivia confronts Viola, embarrassed and hurt. Viola apologizes, honestly, without excuses. She understands the damage caused, even if the intention wasn't cruelty. Sebastian slinks away, finally forced to face the consequences of his recklessness. And Duke finds Viola alone. This time, there are no disguises. No misunderstandings. No performances. He tells her what he's realized, that the person he trusted, respected, and cared about most was never Sebastian. It was always her. That what drew Olivia to Sebastian was what he himself was drawn to in Viola: authenticity, confidence, heart. Viola doesn't joke. She doesn't deflect. She tells Duke the truth, about why she did it, how much it cost, and how terrifying it was to finally stand there as herself. Duke listens. And chooses her. Not because she proved anything. But because she is exactly who she says she is. Later, life settles into something fairer. The girls' soccer team is reinstated. Viola takes her place openly, proudly. She doesn't have to hide or pretend anymore. She's loud now. Confident. Unapologetic. And when she steps onto the field, she does it as herself, no disguise required. She's the man isn't really about pretending to be someone else. It's about what happens when the world refuses to see you, and the courage it takes to demand that it finally does. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this narration, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next story.